A father and son were riding horses, having a heart-to-heart. Suddenly,
Back up, back up. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
the venomous snake slithered away, but the man's leg was broken. The bone was sticking out. The father told his son to grab the knife from the bag, cut open his pants to assess the injury, then remove his shoe and sock. The son placed his hand on his father's leg, but couldn't feel a pulse. It looked like the bone was pressing on the artery, cutting off circulation. The only option was to reset the bone on the spot, or the man's foot would be permanently damaged.
What do you mean reset it? You're gonna have to snap it back in place. Snap it? Like with my band? No, I can't do that.
The son panicked, refusing over and over, nearly throwing up, but the father kept comforting and encouraging him. The son finally gave it a try. The bone snapped back into place, and the man passed out from the pain.
Please help! I've been buried alive!
The woman was trapped in an airtight box and could barely breathe. She called her husband, but he didn't pick up. She had to call 911. The dispatcher tried calling the husband too.
This is Hammond, and shoot, you just missed me.
Right to voicemail. Oh, God.
But it went straight to voicemail. The dispatcher had to guide her remotely on how to rescue herself, using a small shovel inside the box. It was like being buried alive in a coffin, and there's actually a standard protocol for that.
Okay, listen, Margaret. I need you to take the trowel, place it in the center of the lid.
That's where it should be, is weakest. I need you to hit the center as hard as you can.
Following instructions, the woman began frantically stabbing at the box. Soon, dirt started falling in. She panicked. The dispatcher told her to take off her clothes and cover her head to avoid inhaling dirt. Then all she needed to do was keep twisting her body and stretch her hand out. With a final scream, she finally climbed out.
I'm out!
Only to see her husband staring at her, completely dumbfounded.
What are you doing?
You can't count on men. The man was stuck inside a trash chute, and the machine was about to squish him. Could he be saved? It all started when he threw out his trash and realized his phone was in the bag. He leaned into the chute to try and grab it, but he lost his balance and fell right in. His girlfriend called 911 right away. When firefighters arrived, they found the man stuck at the top of the trash compactor, right next to the crushing part. They shut off the power and started clearing out the trash. Then they checked to make sure he was okay. Luckily, the trash helped soften the fall. He didn't get badly hurt, but just as they were getting ready to take apart the machine, it suddenly started moving again. Even though the power was off, the backup system had kicked in. The firefighters tried to hit the emergency stop, but the button was broken.
Closing in on him, what do we do?
The captain yelled, "Use a crowbar, hold it back." But it could only hold for a little while. Then the machine started moving again. It looked like the man was about to be crushed, when suddenly, the machine stopped. One firefighter had yanked the plug right out of the wall. Sometimes, the best way to solve a high-tech problem is with the simplest move. Firefighters were cleaning up a car crash, but they didn't see the spark from a phone. It lit up some leaking gas from a car. Then, just this morning, an RV suddenly drove into the fire station. It crashed inside. But why? Firefighter Anna slowly walked up to the door and saw the driver was just a little girl. In the back of the RV, her mom was shaking from a seizure. The firefighters rushed to help. But first, they had to get the woman out into a hospital to stop the shaking. They held her down carefully and gave her a calming shot in the arm. It worked. She calmed down. But just when they were about to move her, she started shaking again. She even slapped one of the firefighters. Looks like the first shot wasn't enough. This time, they had to use a drill to make a small hole in her leg. They gave her medicine straight into the bone. Finally, she stopped shaking.
Get us to that ambulance. Go, 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 go!
But on the other side of the room, the little girl had a problem too. She thought her mom's sickness was all because taking care of her was too hard. As she said it, she fainted. Anna got scared and smashed the glass with a fire extinguisher to get to her. She started helping right away. Turns out, the girl had diabetes. After a quick shot, the girl woke up. We just hope she knows she was never a burden to her mom. Firefighters were rescuing the man from the top of a signal tower.
He's in shock. He's got a wound in the upper left leg. It's bleeding out pretty bad. Looks like some kind of a puncture wound from a tool, maybe. Maybe.
Just as they were puzzled by the penetrating wound on the man's thigh, suddenly,
Get behind the dish!
a second shot came. Then a third. The captain immediately radioed the team below, but no one down there had heard any gunshots. The captain told them, "It's an arrow, not a bullet." The black firefighter noticed something was off. About one of the nearby houses, the firefighters grabbed their gear and rushed over. They found a woman launching the surprise attack.
Hey! Suck it! Don't even play!
They caught her on the spot. Meanwhile, undercover, the captain successfully rescued the injured man. The man came to the hospital because of a bad stomachache. But then, the doctor told him he was pregnant. What's going on here? This morning, he came in for a checkup before getting married, but the scan showed a tumor near his brain. It wasn't very big yet, but it was growing really fast for some reason. Then the blood test came in. Dr. Sean saw that his prolactin level was super high, but usually, only pregnant women have high prolactin, so the doctors looked into it more, and they found out the truth. He was actually a transgender man, which means he was born female. The doctors quickly gave him an ultrasound, and there it was, a baby growing in his belly. To stop the tumor from growing faster, the pregnancy had to be ended, but now the man didn't know what to do. Yes, he saw himself as a man, but that didn't mean he didn't want a child of his own, and now, that chance was right there in front of him. He didn't want to let it go, but his partner didn't agree. If the pregnancy didn't stop, the tumor could get bigger and even take his life. A child can be adopted, but his partner couldn't lose him. Just then, his vision suddenly got blurry. To save his life, the doctors rushed him into surgery. Luckily, the operation went well. The tumor was removed, and one day, he'll still get to be a parent to a child he loves. The morgue assistant just finishes registering the body info. But out of nowhere, the guy inside the body bag suddenly sits up. Everyone freaks out. They rush to unzip the bag to start CPR. But the guy definitely had no pulse or heartbeat just moments ago.
Patient just came back from the dead. Happy Halloween.
The man they just saved is now off the ventilator. Before the doctor can even finish talking, his girlfriend demands he be discharged. The man just follows whatever she says. The doctor's like,
Remy, we already ran some basic tests. Why not just stick around for all the results to come back?
They both agree.
Did you see the track marks on their arms?
Looks like the couple might have a history of drug use. And sure enough, the girlfriend sneaks into the med cabinet and grabs a syringe. Back in the ward, the boyfriend's heart stops again. Doctor immediately starts chest compressions. They try shocking him again and again, but nothing works. Then the girlfriend says,
"Stop! You can't save him, but I can. Remy needs some of my blood, because he's a vampire and so am I."
The man wakes up, and under pressure from the doctors, finally spills the truth. To them, that's their way of bonding spiritually and emotionally. The doctor suggests they get a blood test. When the results come back, there's no infection, but the guy's blood has a super high iron level. Turns out he's got hemochromatosis, which has been damaging his other organs. Luckily, the treatment's simple. Just draw 500 milliliters of blood every week to keep the iron level under control. But the girlfriend refuses this method. Faced with life or death, the guy finally admits he made up the vampire thing just to keep her from leaving. Hearing that, the girlfriend storms off in anger.
Thank you for watching till the end. Creating videos isn't easy. If you enjoyed this one, feel free to give us a super thanks. We'll work hard to bring you more interesting videos.